Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and welcome to another episode of the IMDB Files. Someone asked me to do the year 2006. Here you go. Just was doing a couple of these and then move on to get back to doing more reviews. Bunch of stuff I want to get caught up on. But 2006, for those who don't know, the IMDB Files is me going over what was the lowest rated films in 2006 based on IMDb. And the lowest rated one was a film that gets a 1.2, The Maze 2, Forever Yours. And that's Maze as in Maize. I believe that means corn. And what is that on the cover? It's like an eyeball and then a person's face that looks like it's in fucking dreadlocks and then a fucking the clock from Back to the Future. I don't know. After retrieving his two kids from the maze and putting down a killer to rest, Walker, the benevolent, finds himself struggling between three lovers and their dementia. Oh, that sounds like a movie I need to see. Not just for the fact it's a 1.2, but yeah. For some reason, a film called The Maze, which I never heard of, gets a sequel. A lot of films that deserve sequels. Hey, anyone heard of The Maze? No? Well, here's a sequel. That's how the world works. The world works in... Yeah, right. The Maze 2. Forever Yours. Next is a film called 99, which gets a 1.4. It just says really like two stories. One, the campus free spirit and stamp artist has been given a bar in tropical paradise. All he has to do is pass a drug test that's impossible. Now when he failed, he plans the ultimate heist to steal back his tainted specimen and replace it with a clean specimen. 2. The campus pretty boy has spent his 4-year college career hard at work trying to win a bet he made during his first week of college freshman year, stating he would sleep with 100 women by the time he graduated. He has to sleep with one more woman to win the bet, but with just 12 hours to go in the bet at everyone he has ever crossed while in pursuit of number 100 looking for revenge before he leaves campus forever, winning the bet is the last thing on his mind. Now he just wants to survive. Two different people, two different stories colliding in one entertaining film. This film has no profanity or nudity, but promises to deliver over 99 guilty pleasures. So it's about a guy that wants to fuck 100 women, but there's no cussing or nudity. What the fuck is that? And okay, you have 99, you need one more. Get a hooker! Obviously, this bet must mean something to you if you're sleeping with a, well, I guess you just sleep with 100 women without a bet, but seems like there's some dire straits here. I mean, if you're in that much of dire straits, just pay for a hooker, man. Some film called Maple Palm, which gets a 1.6. What the fuck does that say? Stars and Straits Forever. Stars and Straits Forever. Okay. A lesbian couple of 15 years lives with the secret that one is an illegal immigrant. With no legal way to protect their relationship, the couple lives in fear of deportation. After an innocent visit to the Statue of Liberty, the girls return home to LA and aware that this icon of freedom was about to strip them of their own. Okay. The film was shot in 2 weeks and the entire cast and crew lived on the set together, getting 4 hours of sleep a night if they were lucky. All that to make a film that gets a 1.6 on IMDb. That's too bad. I'll never see the film, but yeah, that's too bad. Some film called Grad Night, which gets a 1.6. 9 Friends, One Crazy Night, Graduation Night. Doesn't really say much. A Buck Wild graduation party. I guess Coolio is in this for some reason. An urban comedy surrounding a group of yet to be graduates. Unfortunately for Crispus, attacks high. Or, I'm sorry, Crispus attacks high. Class of 2005, the school's budget cut cannot afford to have its grad night off campus, but one group of grads are determined to make it a night they'll never forget. So it's a high school party movie made for $500,000, which gets a 1.6. Not much I can say about that. Some film called Evil Behind You, 2006, which gets a 1.8. That's stop saying 2006. All this is 2006. Abducted couples are victims of medical experiments that mutate their minds with supernatural abilities. As their mental capacities increase, so does the danger from something evil that is not of flesh and blood. That says like blah 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 blah. This gets a 1.8. Fuck it. Just another romantic wrestling comedy. Just another romantic wrestling comedy. That's not a tagline. That's a movie. Which gets a 1.8. A Jewish man falls in love with a wrestling princess, and it's a no-holds-barred quest for her love. And it took 2 people to direct it. So either it did take 2 people, or one got fired, or one quit, and another directed it. Pledge This, which gets a 2.0. At South Beach University, a beautiful sorority president takes in a group of unconventional freshman girls seeking acceptance into her house. It stars Paris Hilton. There's probably been as many people inside her as well as the hotel. It's Paris Hilton. It's a Paris Hilton movie. I would say, do I need to say more? But the exception is a film called House of Wax remake, and she dies in that movie. Now, am I saying she needs to die in real life? Hell no. But she's not an actress. She cannot act. She's as much of an actress as Megan Fox, but at least I will say this: Paris Hilton, I'll take over Megan Fox because Paris Hilton was in a shitty Ninja Turtles movie that might as well nicknamed Super Chuds. So at least Paris Hilton didn't do that. Fuck Megan Fox. There you go. Why is Paris Hilton better than Megan Fox? Paris Hilton did not star in a shitty Ninja Turtles film. Wannabe Ninja Turtle film. Yeah, because there were ninjas in that movie. There was as much ninjas in that movie as there are ninjas in Jacob's Ladder or Hellraiser. Or for Ernest Dare Stupid. In fact, there's more in Ernest Dare Stupid. Because remember, Ernest fucked with nunchucks. Like he's a troll. So Ernest Dare Stupid is more of a ninja movie than the fucking new Ninja Turtles movie. Sorry. Alien Incursion gets a 2.0. Jeffrey Scott Lando Calrissian? No. A park ranger must protect hikers from an invasion of meteor-spawned aliens and hunters that want to eliminate the creatures, like bounty hunters, like critters, and any witnesses to their arrival on Earth. Bunch of people I don't know what to do. A film called Turn Left. What if I don't want to turn left? Maybe I want to turn right. Maybe I want to go straight. Maybe I want to go say fuck this and turn back. 3 hitmen and a young recruit come out of hiding to do one final job that promises to be a huge payday. Gets a 2.0. Well, apparently if it gets a 2.0, they didn't turn left. They turned back. As in they looked at it, fuck this, they left it there, and they turned back and walked out of the video store back in 2006. Crossover, which gets a 2.0. I say because this actually stars Anthony Mackie. This is a guy that was Falcon and Captain America the Winter Soldier. And he was in Pain and Gain. He was in The Hurt Locker. I like this guy. He's in this film called Tech. It also has Wayne Brady in it. That Wayne Brady? A naturally talented basketball player, Noah Cruz, is determined to become a doctor using his basketball scholarship to UCLA pre-med, rather than succumb to the lure of former sports agent Vaughn and go for the NBA. His best friend, the buddy that took the fall for him and did the time for an assault charge, that's Anthony Mackie, also an outstanding basketball player, has less lofty ambitions. He wants to get his GED and win an underground street ball game against his arrogant rival, Jules. Their lives change drastically when they both fall in love with two local girls, Vanessa Lilly and Ebony Jackson, and take a fateful trip out to LA together. So it's a basketball movie. African American basketball movie. I mean, does it sound 2.0 bad? Not saying I don't like it, but Anthony Mackie starring in the film. He's a pretty good actor, Anthony Mackie. Of course, I don't mind going over. I mean, I don't mind Adam Sandler, but he was in a shitty film called Going Overboard that I talked about in the last video. Well, Adam Sandler's made a lot of shit lately, but Anthony Mackie has a better track record lately than Adam Sandler. But yeah, Anthony Mackie. I mean, maybe one day down the road, just like holy shit, Anthony Mackie starring in a film like this. Maybe see how Anthony Mackie does in an early role. Some film called Surf School. It's a 2.2. A ragtag bunch of seniors, complete outsiders at their surf-crazed Laguna Beach High School, decided to crash the biggest team surf contest, starring Harland Williams. Surf School. This seems like ode to those old films, Summer School, and who else is in this? Harland Williams, Cisco, Miko Hughes, Taylor Negron, who passed away, Lin Shaye. A ragtag bunch of seniors, complete outsiders at their surf-crazed Laguna Beach High School, decided to crash the biggest team surf contest. In order to prevail, however, they must do one important thing: learn to surf. We're taking your classic Cinderella story into the world of surfing, complete with hijinks and aesthetic beauty of surf Mecca, Costa Rica. I don't need to see that movie. Wow, Pirates of Treasure Island, which gets a 2.2, and has Lance Henriksen. Lance Henriksen starred as a pirate in Pirates of Treasure Island. An innkeeper's life of monotony suddenly changes when he comes into possession of a treasure map. Lance Henriksen was a pirate. He could be a pilot and fly away from the movie, but a pirate. A fucking pirate. Wow. Some Scorpius Gigantus, which is a 2.3. It stars Jeff Fahey. A geneticist seeks to make a name for herself by saving the planet from disease by using eons-old antibodies harvested from enlarged six-legged creatures. The creatures don't like being big and escape. Send for help. This is like a giant scorpion movie. Probably Sci-Fi Channel. Fuck Sci-Fi Channel. The Da Vinci Treasure. I wonder if this has anything to do with the Da Vinci Code. Gets a 2.3. Has C. Thomas Howell and Lance Henriksen. Jesus. Can someone give Lance Henriksen a good movie role? I know he's in that one film coming up with the effects guys are directing. Alec Gillis, Tom Woodruff Jr. directing. Hopefully that'll be one. An anthropologist, C. Thomas Howell, must unlock the code hidden in the works of Leonardo da Vinci in order to find the greatest treasure ever, one that could change Christianity forever. I'm curious, is this... I'm checking. Yep, this is The Asylum. It's an asylum film, that's what I thought. The Da Vinci Code came out, was very popular. This made a cheap jet direct-to-video version called the Da Vinci Treasure. C. Thomas Howell and Lance Henriksen. Lance Henriksen, I think, is the bad guy. Didn't see it, don't care to see it. Film called Seven Mummies. As opposed to 6 or 8. Gets a 2.4. 6 escaped convicts and their female hostage make a desperate run for the Mexican border, where they stumble across a lost treasure of untold wealth and find certain death instead on the Arizona desert. Wait, Arizona desert? There's mummies in the Arizona desert? This starts Matt Schultz. Yeah, he was the bad guy on the transporter, and he was in some of the Fast and Furious movies as Vince. That Matt Schultz. Oh, he was. Maybe for him, I don't mind him as an actor. It was probably a shitty film, but I mean, at least I'll see a trailer. G.I. Jesus? Or is it Jesus? Gets a 2.4. A Mexican national, Jesus or Jesus Feliciano, returned to California from Iraq, where he had soldiered in exchange for a grant of U.S. citizenship, suffers trauma related to his battle experience, and imagines his family life threatened. Uh-oh. It's going to be like a Mexican Rambo. Or Mexican First Blood, I should say. It's weird. It gets a 2.4, but there's a review on it that says compelling and thought-provoking. It's compelling and thought-provoking, but most people felt it was a 2.4 movie. It won the Grand Jury Prize at Cinevegas, but at the same time, most people feel it's a 2.4 movie. That's always strange. Not always, but a little bit. A film with John Savage and Sean Young. The Drop, 2.5. A college student is hired to simply deliver a car to an LA parking garage. The job sounds too easy, so he checks the trunk and becomes a target in a secret war between forces of heaven and hell who are after the contents of the trunk. So if they're from heaven and hell, why the fuck do they need a guy to drive a car? A college student to drive a fucking car? I mean, forget it. Ain't worth it. I'm just something called Mr. Hell, just a 2.7. A secret bioweapons lab invaded by mercenaries becomes a house of horrors when they encounter Mr. Hell, an ancient serial killer who takes souls by removing his victims' eyes. Tracy Scoggins is in it. I don't know anything about it. This is a film that I've seen the cover of this DVD a lot of times back in the day, but I never bothered to see it. It's a film called Wages of Sin, which is just a 2.7. Never seen the film, but this is a cover I remember seeing a lot back in when I worked at a video store. A supernatural thriller that weaves a tale of darkness and suspense. This past will never stay hidden. Oh, thanks for telling me something. Yeah, that really explained a lot about your movie. Well, since I brought it up, I might as well see what it's really about. Sue Walker receives a letter from a lawyer informing her that she has inherited a mysterious house in the countryside. She decides to take a weekend trip to the house with her boyfriend, Ron, and friends from college. By entering the house, Sue unlocks the dark secrets of her forgotten past. Hold on for this terrifying ride into darkness and despair. Wow, that sounds so fucking exciting. They go to a house and shit happens. Wages of Sin. No wonder if 2.7, a film called Stupid Teenagers Must Die. It's the 1980s, and a group of typical horror movie high school kids are getting together to hold a seance in a haunted house. It seems like a movie that tried to ape 80s horror films into a comedy, but it probably. I did see a trailer of this. It looked really cheap, unfunny, lame, and lazy type of film. If I want to see a slasher comedy that pokes fun at the genre, I'll watch Student Bodies, for fuck's sake. Some film called The Quick and the Undead, which gets a 2.7. 82 years ago, a viral outbreak turned three-quarters of the world population into the Walking Dead. Now, bounty hunters are humanity's only salvation. I like how specific it was 82. It wasn't 81. It wasn't 79 years ago. It wasn't 85. It was 82 years ago. There's a movie that literally is called the American Poop Movie, which gets a 2.7. It's called the American Poop Movie. After graduating college, things didn't quite work out the way Russ planned. Now he's back home with miserable jobs, no girl, and little chance of the future he always dreamed of. Okay, let me look a little further. Why is it called the American Poop Movie? Life after college is crap. Wow, there is a review that says the most outrageous American teen sex rom comedy since Porky's. Really? You're glad that the fucking review is so damn tiny that I can't see who said that. No, Let's Talk Turkey. Who the fuck is Let's Talk Turkey? Who the hell is that? Let's Talk Turkey. A film called The American Poop Movie, and you're comparing it to Porky's. And the cover has a girl with a plunger. The original title was The Connecticut Poop Movie. Hey, I guess maybe they got flames from Connecticut, so let's just call it The American Poop Movie. And speaking of a crappy comedy, the next one, Date Movie by Aaron Seltzer. Might as well drown from a fucking seltzer bottle. Because these guys cannot write shit for comedies. Oh, but they worked on you don't mind scary movie? You don't mind scary movie too? Yeah, but the Wayans brothers must have written the best parts of those movies. They directed Date Movie. This was their first movie that they directed. Aaron Seltzer. Epic Movie, Meet the Spartans, Disaster Movie, Vampires Suck, The Starving Games. These movies suck. Horrendous fucking movies. Horrendous. Now, the next one is going to be strange because it's a film, gets a 2.7, and it's called Five Across the Eyes. Which is actually a film that I reviewed. And it's actually a film I didn't mind. Even in that review, I said, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. This is going to be a film that people would see and go, man, why the fuck do you like this movie? But I'm not backing off and saying, I'm not going to apologize. I don't mind the movie. I like the movie. I don't think it's 2.7 bad. The reason people hate the film, it's five girls, five teenage girls. And they're going home. And then throughout the film, this you find out is pretty much the soccer mom from hell. Yeah, soccer mom from hell. Not literally from hell, but pretty much a psycho soccer mom bitch is chasing them. And it kind of plays out in real time. So it's a 90-minute movie. It plays out in 90 minutes. And the whole movie is shot from within the vehicle that the girls are in. Their van, that their minivan, whatever you want to call it, their vehicle that they're in. is shot from inside, which I thought was kind of interesting. And the film cost, what was it, $5,000 at most. And it's one of those films that is brutal, intense, I thought. But after seeing films that include a Serbian film, Human Centipede, Martyrs, I Spit on Your Grave, the original and the remake and the sequel to the remake, Inside, which had a woman cutting a baby out of a pregnant woman. Five Across the Eyes are not as bad as those movies, like brutal wise. But a lot of people don't like it because it's a lot of girls screaming, and people get annoyed by that, and I can understand that. But I found more to it. I thought the acting wasn't that bad. The idea was interesting that it takes place. You feel like you're the sixth member of that group. I thought that I kind of cared for these teenage girls because I thought they really went through hell throughout the film. I thought, wow, they went through a lot of shit. Like you could tell they got really scared, and it's not downbeat ending, and they get their comeuppance on the psycho bitch. And weirdly enough, it's a film that none of those characters die. They get terrorized, close, but they get revenge on the psycho soccer mom from hell bitch and fuck her up. I mean, going in, and I'm like, this is a 2.7? I don't think it's that bad, and I still don't think it's that bad of a movie. Is it going to be everyone's cup of tea? No, but I don't think it's that bad of a movie. I'll stick with that. A film called Doodle, which is an animated film. I think I did see this once because it has a crazy cast. Ugly animation, though. Let's see. Story of Doodle, an adorable candy-loving mutt who goes on a mission to save the world. Joining Doodle on his big quest are pals Dylan, a guitar-playing rabbit, Ermintrude, an opera-singing cow, and Brian, a bashful snail. Now the cast includes Jimmy Fallon, Jon Stewart, Whoopi Goldberg, William H. Macy, Chevy Chase, Judi Dench, Ian McKellen, Bill Hader, and Kevin Smith. I thought, man, that's some pretty noticeable names in the cast. Pretty terrible movie, but it's just a 2.8 for a reason. But the type of animation, it seemed like something that you would see on Blue. I don't want to say Blue's Clues, but that's not being fair. Um, I don't know. For some reason, it was the first that popped. Some type of Nickelodeon show, Nickelodeon anime show that would run early mornings. I don't know how. I don't know how else to describe it. It's fucking Doodle. Wow, a film with a 2.8 just called Dragon. Now they do it, just Dragon. A lot of fucking horror movies. A 2.8 film called Dracula's Curse. A 2.9 film called Satanic, which I guess Jeffrey Combs and Angus Grimm are in. Probably for a little bit. A 2.9 film called 666 The Child. Some comedy with Monique called Fat Girls. The Z. Just a 2.9. Two plus size ladies meet the men of their dreams in the most unexpected of ways. Good for you. Get another horror movie. Beyond the Wall of Sleep, which gets a 2.9. Candy Stripers, which gets a 2.9. Satan's Playground by Dante Tomaselli, which gets a 2.9. With Felissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp, Ellen Sandweiss from Evil Dead, Edwin Neal. Wait a minute, Edwin Neal. Is that who I think it is? Yeah, Edwin Neal was in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He was the hitchhiker. Dante Tomaselli, I remember way back in the day, around this time, that I thought he was actually, well, to be fair, I haven't seen a lot of his movies. I think I saw horror and that was it. And I'm like, huh? But I thought I remember hearing that, oh, this is an up and coming director, and like, oh, he's going to direct the new Halloween movie, Halloween 9. Or at least maybe wanted to or something. I remember something like that. But God, it seems like all of his movies get like 2.9 ratings. So maybe there's a, well, by that point, probably couldn't do worse than already been done. Oh God, Uwe Boll film, which I didn't care to see, called Seed. After a seemingly undead man is bound and buried alive, he digs himself back to the surface and seeks bloody vengeance on those who cause him his suffering. Michael Pare is in this? Jesus Christ, man. Get away from fucking Uwe Boll, man. Will Sanderson, Ralph Moeller. Get away from fucking... There was something about this film that I heard that I thought was fucked up. It was in the trivia. There's something about this I heard. Film contains documentary footage provided by animal rights organization PETA. See, yeah, something about animal killings, or maybe that's what it was. There's documentary footage that of animals getting killed. There was something like that. I'm like, really, Uwe Boll? I like this unrated seed and includes a PC video game. There's a fucking game on this movie, Seed. If I want to see a movie about a guy who just fucked up in an electric chair and comes back, I'll watch Shocker. I'll watch The First Power. You haven't seen it. It's an Uwe Boll movie. Yes, I don't mind Rampage, but that's not a movie that I fucking have ever seen since I first saw it. When I first saw it, I didn't mind it. But obviously, I've only seen it once. Doesn't mean it's a movie I care to watch again. See, 3.0. Why does that guy... Okay, let me see. Is that guy still making movies? Yep. For some reason. He did a film called Capital Punishment, which I think was Rampage 2. Which I think someone said was more of a, not much action, more of a talking movie. Bigfoot versus Zombies. After the Earth is ravaged by an evil virus, we rely on the one creature that was a myth our entire lives to save us. So Uwe Boll is making a movie called Bigfoot versus Zombies. Well, why not? At least it's not a video game movie. So there you go. At least it's not a video game movie. And he's producing Rampage 3? There's a 3? I don't even give a shit about 2. And there's going to be a 3. I don't know what the hell else. Some movie, UKM, The Ultimate Killing Machine with Michael Madsen, was just a 3.1. Larry the Cable Guy, Health Inspector, was just a 3.1. A slovenly cable repairman becomes a big city health inspector and is tasked with uncovering the source of a food poisoning epidemic. There's a reason why Larry the Cable Guy should not star in movies. He is not Ernest P. Worrell. He's no Jim Varney. He's just a dumb redneck. I can see him outside my door. I don't need to watch it in a movie. Night of the Living Dead 3D, which is a 3.1, has a little role by Sid Haig. Both an homage to and a reimagining of the original 1968 film, this update follows a group of survivors trapped in a farmhouse battling a siege of undead zombies in 3D. Yeah, how many people saw that in 3D, I wonder? About this many. Full clip. This is an action film starring Busta Rhymes. Who the hell's that? And, what? Busta Rhymes, Exhibit, and Bubba Smith? Wyclef Jean is the narrator? Directed by Mink? This is the Mink that directed a Seagal film, Into the Sun. Actually, remember not minding Into the Sun. It's one of the few later Seagal films I didn't mind. Busta Rhymes is Joshua Pope, who returns to his childhood home to claim the inheritance his late father has left him, only to find that the local police have turned the town upside down and are ruling with an iron fist. So with the help of an old friend played by Exhibit and his cohorts, he sets out to reclaim the town he once loved by any means necessary. Tongue-in-cheek 70s style action picture set in a comic book style universe. Yeah, right. You wish. Jesus, I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'll do a couple more, or one more. Some film called Warriors of Terra, sci-fi movie with Edward Furlong. What the hell? Seriously? A hitch-drawn animal rights activist group plans a raid on a biotech company to stop the cruelty. They discover the true nature of the experiments that are really taking place. As they break into a biotech lab only to have their idealism crushed by the terrifying things they find inside. But when a genetically mutated human with a taste for human flesh gets released, they all struggle to survive. War- You read that plot synopsis. Does that sound like a movie that should be called Warriors of Terror? Warriors of Terror sound like a fucking sci-fi movie, like Warriors of Virtue, or sounds like a video game. Not going into a company by animal rights, which made me think of the first Watchers or Watchers 2 at the beginning, and then a fucking mutated guy who eats human flesh. Not really the movie I think of when you name yourself Warriors of Terra. Not Terror or Terra. Yeah, none of these. Well, I'll end it with another fucking Edward Furlong movie, Canes. Jesus Christ, Edward Furlong. I don't know. Well, drugs is what happened to him. It's really sad. Really enough, the old title was The Covenant, which there was a movie later on called The Covenant that Rennie Harlan did. But Canes, David Goodman is on the peak of his career as a PR executive when he suddenly loses his chance for a big promotion and unfortunately is sight at a street attack. Soon after, a message is left on his answering machine about a doctor named Guillermo List, who can help David to regain his eyesight and get his career back on track with only one price: his soul. And Guillermo List, what a name, is played by Michael Madsen. Yeah, Edward Furlong is in the shitter. Yeah, he's not getting out anytime soon. So I'm going to stop it there. It's 40 minutes. Some of the lowest rated films in 2006. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.